Good morning, YouTube. Alright, so we are here late February, and as you can see, I have gotten into clipping out the spent thornless blackberry canes. So there's quite a few of them. We ended up getting a lot of blackberries. I think we had 9 main canes, and branches off each of them. So as you can see here, there is a main cane that goes down there, and each main cane then has branches that come off it. What I do is I get to the first year growth, about Christmas time, I pinch off the end or clip off the end, and then that sends the message to the blackberries, oh my goodness, I need to help myself basically. I can't grow any further because my growing tip is gone. So what I need to do to reproduce myself is to send down these branches or laterals early. So they send them early because each of these has a growing tip, and when they hit the ground they can reproduce themselves as well. But also if these grow this year, or in the first year, then instead of spending half the time in the second year growing these, they're actually going to grow basically these laterals on each of the already grown laterals off the main. So there's the main, there's the laterals, and then there's laterals off the laterals. Basically what that is the more laterals, or the more laterals on your original laterals, the more fruit. So this isn't actually a main cane, this is a lateral. And it had a main cane, and it came off in its first year, and then in its second year it grew all of these on it. And each of those had a cluster of berries. So from my mass of blackberries I had there, if you look at my earlier videos, you can see just how big that was and how much that took over. There was, let me think, there was around 20 to 25 in that area, 25-ish kilos just of blackberries. This year, from all of our berries, so from blackberries, raspberries, silverberries, young berries, summer raspberries, we have so far hit 52.4 kilos. Yes, kilos. Now these here are autumn raspberries, and we've already had 500 grams. Now these are really difficult to get before the birds do, but these are an autumn fruiting variety. They're called the Caroline raspberry. They're really tasty. They grow up in their first year, they fruit, and then you cut them down, and as you can see, they're loaded. They're absolutely loaded with fruit. And you can hear the birds in the background. Honestly, we've had so many berries this year, between our eating fresh, giving them away, and deep freezing them. We're a bit over berries, so honestly we're very happy to share with the birds at this stage. So what will happen here is the young berry's gone crazy over this side. Now, silly me thinking that I would just hold up the main canes so that they wouldn't tip root and I would know where things are. Well, nature laughed at me. nature laughed at me and gave me this brambly mess. Now I'm very lucky that this is thornless because someone's got to get in there and fix it, and that's going to have to be me. So basically I'm going to wait until the raspberries are done. I clip them all out to the ground and then I'll get in there and have a look. Now these are silverberry. These got moved last winter, I think. They've given us some, and I need to help reroute them basically over the bones of this structure, which is what's going to hold them. Oh, bless me. Sorry. We've got what's left of the pumpkins. We've got pumpkins everywhere at the moment. Got a candy roaster pumpkin in there. We've had quite a few green turbans, which I didn't even know was a thing. I thought Turk's turbans were all Turk's turbans, and that was that. No, there's green turbans, which is very interesting. I've got my tomatoes, they're Grossley's and Roma's. Now we've just been inundated with tomatoes at the moment. They basically are ripening overnight, and I am making so much tomato puree and sauce and all that just to keep up with it. So this is winding down in here. It's all a bit of a jungle, which is fine, which is what this part of summer I call the hot mess end of summer. Here's pumpkins. Where's that other pumpkin? There's another one around here somewhere. Not sure where it went. Anyway. Tomatoes. You can see Greek beans in there we've let go to seed. There's heaps of Greek beans. Thank you, Ange. Go down here. Lots more pumpkins. That corn is amazingly high. Let's put on perspective. This is my eye height. Actually, that is. That's a colourblind fence. Then that's up there. Yeah, I think that's Manning Valley white corn. You can see the tromboncino. Our first year trying to grow that. Sneaky hidden pumpkins. Pumpkins everywhere. Tomatoes everywhere. You can hear my washing machine, it sounds like it's about to take off. But kids are at school, so you know the washing machine is just going all day. There's another candy roaster squash. More crazy high corn. We've got another round of zucchini. This little area did alright. Did well for chilies. Protecting them, and the silverberries are trying to invade again as they do. I thought I overpruned this, but apparently it's just fine. See, this is my point. If you get the first year canes sorted early, then their laterals have time to form now. And if you train those next year, those laterals have laterals, and then you have thousands of berries. We actually had too much this year of, it was an upgrade of last year. We had 15 kilos total last year, total berries. We're not done yet. I was a bit smarter about my varieties this year, and we're not done. We've still got the autumn fruiting raspberries, as you saw before. There are thousands, okay? And we're not stingy. We give them away. We've donated to food pantries. We've frozen. We've eaten fresh. My daughter is sick of berries basically at this point, and we've made jam. And we've hit over the 52 kilo mark. My goal was 50 kilos, and that was I don't really think I'd do it. I'd love to be able to do it kind of goal, and wow, we've done it. And honestly, it was too much, but that's okay, because we were so lucky and so abundant that I could pass it on to other people that didn't have it, and I really, really liked that feeling. So goal for next year is to hit 60 kilos. Sounds crazy, 60 kilos of berries, but it's totally doable, totally doable. And if you have seen my other videos, you know we're in a rental. We rent. This isn't our house, and it's not fantastically huge yard, but we can do it because we're smart about vertical space and square foot, what you can put in a square foot, and container gardening. So I'd like to give more away next year. Now here we've got our rainbow chard going to seed. And we're just sort of leaving it there until it does its thing. More down there because I'd love it to go to seed. These are the main canes, the first year canes. That will be our fruiting canes next year. They're massive. There's heaps of them. And let's see how many I can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9. 9 maybe canes, and maybe some little piddly ones that I'll pull out and give away or sell off. Yeah, so that should be good. Summer fruiting raspberries. I might keep this little lot here, but the ones in here I think I'm going to pull out when it gets cooler and they go into dormancy so it doesn't hurt them, and I will give them away and sell them off. This is the Strasberry Patch. Now, it didn't do too much this year, but that's okay. That's okay. We had so many other berries, I really didn't get to it. And pine berries and boysenberries going nuts at the back there that I need to train up that. Sounds like I said, like 60 kilos worth of berries really isn't that far-fetched, honestly. When you look at all the potential there is here. And that's not even all of it. Like, we've got strawberries dotted around everywhere. There's more there. You've got all that in there. Like, we didn't even get a blueberry harvest this year because the cyclone came in. Oh, we got a couple. You get a couple. But basically out of, 25 trees or plants, I didn't get much. We've got a handful because that basically wiped out all the green blueberries. You get a handful here because they're late ones, or were so tiny that it didn't knock them off. So anyway, like I said, the potential is still huge. Huge for berries. Got our elderberries. Pineberry tower, and it's all throwing its runners. So again, more potential than ever before. Now this is a lovely little surprise. It is my Bengal Tiger watermelon. It is so little, and I don't care if I just have one. I only want one. I'm not greedy. I just want one watermelon. I will baby this thing. I'm not sure what this pumpkin is, but it's rooted here in this garden bed. And it's gone down and then gone up and then gone over. So, not sure. This side's only big pumpkin. I think this little one here is a golden nugget from Angie's Seeds. Thank you, Ange. And then beans everywhere. I actually stuck that. It was in that little pot. It was needing a lot more space, so I put it in there. Hopefully I can get the beans from it. These are the Yin Yang Beans. Letting them die off. I'm not eating these beans. I just wanted to basically double the amount of what I had and get more seeds. My Rosella's still only really little. I think it hates the fact that the weather's up and down like a three-ring circus. This is a young berry little plant that I tip rooted. More corn. There's beans in there. There's tomatoes in there. We've had so much basil. Beans and basil. We've had so many beans. Tomatoes. I picked a kilo of tomatoes this morning. I picked a kilo of tomatoes yesterday. All our determinate ones, our Romas, and some of the big ones basically are all throwing their fruit at us now, which is why we are serious for sauce making. We're getting little wonky cucumbers, and that's fine. They still taste good. Let's see what I got. Yeah. Oh, chilies, chili and guavas. So apparently they're ready in March, so they're all going to get really, really deep red. It's supposed to taste a bit strawberryish. We'll see. Figs going amazing. That peach tree has just decided it wants to live this year and grow, and whatever the wonky weather, it liked it. This did not like life so much. It is a loganberry, but that's okay. It grew first year canes, all good. This was the grapevine. Now I've harvested from that, and unfortunately it wasn't the grapes I grew up with, it was the rootstock, which was the little tiny round sort of purpley black grape berries, but honestly they're delicious. My daughter loves them, so it's a win. I grew grapes this year, hurrah, and that was a major goal. This thing shows that wherever there is a will, there is a way, because that is a chard, and it is growing in the crack of the pavement. That's blue butterfly pea. I hope to get some flowers before it gets too cold. The green zebra tomato is beautiful. It really is. And I've gotten so many from it. More chard, more tomatoes. Strawberries everywhere. Celery. So I have peas that I need to plant, and I will probably plant them on the other side of here where I've cleared these panels. I've already put some climbing beans on this side. I'll probably try and put on this side the peas to make use of the space, I totally forgot that I had a sweet potato vine under there all of summer. Who knew? It did apparently. So, yay, go it. I think there's actually two, now that I can see it. There is that one and that one. They look like a purple and maybe a white. That little banana tree didn't go so well, but this one loved life. So I think this one's the blue Java and the other one's the red Dakar. And I have salmon nasturtiums, which I'd never seen before, and I've got all these peas that need to go up. Purple, gold, Yakimo, giants, different types. Elasted strawberries. This is supposed to be a white lady runner bean. It's flowered a lot, but it hasn't liked the over 30-degree days. I'm hoping when the weather cools down again, it will just throw flowers at me, because I'd really like to improve on the 5 seeds that I bought, which is all I was really growing it for this year. I haven't picked any pods because it hasn't set any to eat. There was another one that was a painted lady, which was around the corner. I think this is the painted lady. Again, same thing, it hasn't set any pods, but it's thrown flowers. And then I had a sunset runner. It was in here. I don't know if it's still alive. I hope it is. Would really like the seeds from it. Oh, hello. There it is. That's it. It's still alive. Yay. Barely. I hope it gives me at least 1 or 2 pods to replace the seeds. Maybe I'll find a better spot for it next year. Alright, if you like what you see, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you've started for your autumn and winter garden, because I've definitely started. I've got my peas. I have started some Romanesco broccoli. I did buy just some celery starts because growing them from seed is just too tedious. And I did start some other broccoli, but between the heat and the cabbage moth, it did not survive. Yeah, that's a bit sad. Ooh, down there I can see Scarlet runner beans. They're throwing their flowers. They will set pods. This is seed I saved from last year, so it's a lot more acclimatized, which is why it is in full sun, but it is not freaking out like the other runner beans. Alright, until next time, bye.